Bam. All right. We're live. We are live. All right, tell me if the audio's good.
I just got the notification.
Did you get the notification? Okay, good. Hey, guys. Hey, hey, hey. I'm going to send this out on the Twitters. Tell me if the audio is okay. I'm using a new microphone, and I don't know. 3D printing live stream of the Dagoma US NEVA 3D printer unboxing and awesomeness. Kablam.
Dagoma system.
Hey, yo, yo. Everybody's like, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Midnight streaming's lit. It's A-OK. Audio is great from Dagoma US. That would be one of the more important ones. That's awesome. We'll give people a few moments here to pop in. This is awesome. I just picked up let me go back to there. There we go. I just picked up an Elgato HD 60 so that I could do the stream proper tonight. I was using Logitech webcams like this guy before, and it was okay, but audio and video would get out of sync because I was using OBS on an older PC. I got the Elgato HD 60, so I've got my Canon camera plugged in. I've got my wireless audio plugged in and my Madonna mic on the side of my face. And I've got Josh here. Let's see. I can do this. Ready?
Hey.
Wait. Ready? Okay, so it's wonderful. Okay. So the goal tonight is to do essentially what Joe over at 3D Maker Noob did. He's to take this, what looks to be an incredibly wonderful pre-built Delta 3D printer and get it printing. That's the idea. We've got Dagoma US in the chat, and hopefully if I have any questions, they will be able to respond. Once we get the printer out of the box, Josh is going to join me on camera. We'll snuggle up over here, and that way I won't miss any important questions from you all, and I should hopefully be able to be more awesome with the printer. How is the chat doing? We got Australia on board. We got Zach is asking, who is Josh? That's awesome. So Zach on my channel here. Yeah, who is Zach? Anyway, Zach Weimer. So Zach, here's what happened. My channel was growing at a pace faster than what I was able to keep up with. I have a full-time job, a wife, and 3 kids, and I was only able to do 3D printing stuff when it got to be the evening or later at night. And kids have sports and families have dinners, and you know, I do love my family, so I want to spend some time with them. It got to be that filming and editing and publishing and doing all of that sort of stuff, it just wasn't conducive to a healthy lifestyle. I started having memory issues because I wasn't getting enough sleep. And at that point, I said, all right, we need to do something about this. So all of my Patreon money, so my patrons support me at patreon.com, and all of my Patreon money goes to support the channel in that I'm able to hire Josh as a part-time assistant, and I'm able to hire my friend Sean as a part-time editor. And so 99% of the videos on this channel are going to be edited by Sean now, which means thanks to Josh being an assistant, I can shoot more, which hopefully leads to more videos, with the goal being once mid-November hits around, the goal for my team is to put out a video a day starting in mid-November through the end of the year. That should be exciting. It should be really exciting. That's the goal, Zach. So that's what we got going on. And it looks like we've got plenty of people in here. I guess we start. Let's get this printer out. All right. Can you see me if I stand up? Yes, you can.
You can.
Good. Well, let's talk about this box first. This box is very reminiscent of a Delta printer. I mean, it looks like a Delta printer. The top actually shows the top of the NEVA. NEVA or NEVA? I don't know. Dagoma US. NEVA or NEVA? I don't know the correct pronunciation there. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, I do want to mention while while Joe was streaming his unboxing and first print of the NEVA 3D printer over at 3D Maker Noob, he actually passed 10,000 YouTube subscribers. And so all of us in the chat started throwing him some super chat monies, because what better way to celebrate 10,000 subscribers than with a few dollars? And actually, he put in his 2 weeks at his job. He's going to be doing YouTube full time. So support like that for creators like that is very important. All right, on the front, there's a little card, and it says merci, and it has French words on the back. I don't know French. Do you know French, Josh?
Nope, but I'll read it anyway.
Okay, you can read it.
Merci pour votre commande Dagoma. Votre colis été préparé avec soin and amour. N'hésitez pas.
I don't think they can hear you through my microphone.
No, that's okay.
But you're just reading it. That's great. All right, so also in this box, right at the top, is this Dagoma, your 3D printing solution. It's a little pamphlet. In the pamphlet, it has the Disco Easy 200. It does talk about the NEVA 3D printer. It's got lots of English words, which I happen to know. Some people might dispute that fact. Create or choose, pick your favorite filament, start printing, and enjoy. And the website is www.Dagoma US. So www.Dagoma, DAGOMA.US. Awesome. And it's at Dagoma US on the Twitters as well. There you go, Josh. All right, I'm going to flip that. What's kind of cool, this box, here, let me show you. This is actually great design. I know this isn't totally 3D printing related, but the box itself, it almost opens like a flower. That's kind of cool. Like a flower. Like a flower. All right, in the top is this piece of styrofoam. Goodbye. Oh, and then there's the printer. This should be fairly easy. Ooh. It's very light. This printer is very light. The bottom is nothing but more styrofoam, and the bottom of the box. Josh, here's the box for you. It's a nice box. I don't really want to ruin it. So this is the NEVA 3D printer. Here, I will switch over to this one. Ready? Okay, you can do that. So here's the NEVA. It looks like this is the extruder right here. This is the lever that engages or disengages the hob bolt. I think that's the right term. And then it's a Bowden extruder. Ooh, it's a fairly long Bowden tube up the side and then into the printhead. Okay. I'll use this. No. So it looks like there's some cardboard to take off on either side. Here we go. All I have this chisel. There we go. Should be pretty easy. The cardboard is slotted around the wires that go in, so that's an easy remove. Yay! Now it looks like this box right here needs to be opened up. I know I could probably use a knife and be safer, but I'm not going to do that because I'm just crazy. This is the printhead. Here we go. Looks like it's got a fan shroud right here. Here is the heater block. There's the nozzle. Looks like it's got a lot of 3D printed parts. In fact, this looks all 3D printed. I don't know, Dagoma in the chat, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but this looks to be almost entirely 3D printed. And it looks really printed really well. It actually looks good. Dagoma in the chat, if you could, what's the printer that you printed these pieces on? That's kind of what I'm wondering. If you could be so kind. All right, I'll move this guy a little bit closer. So here we've got, this is the print bed, and it looks like it has something called build grip. So I've heard of build tack, but this is called build grip. These were on the build plate itself. And they do come off quite easily. All right. And here is the A from NEVA. There we go. And it looks like there's been a couple things printed on this print bed itself. So my guess is it was either tested in the factory or this was maybe a prototype or a demonstration unit. I don't know the answer to that. It does look like this edge over here has a giant chunk taken out of it. And it looks like this right here is was impacted by a knife edge. That's what it looks like. So I don't know the state of the machine was before it got to me. My guess is the machine itself is still a working machine. Let's hope. All right, these come off right here, right there, and then one in the back. All right. Oh, that just looks like it holds the build plate up. All right, let's go back to this one. Hello, everybody. Hey, let's see how's the chat doing. Tested in the factory. Great. Thank you. Thank you, Dagoma. That is good to know. Okay, so it's tested in the factory, Josh. Let's move that guy. We have some parts here. All right, this is the Quickstart guide for the Dagoma right here. You can take that, Josh. Here is, it looks like a USB cable and a card reader right here. It's handy. This is a print remover or an incredibly small spatula for an incredibly small omelet. Or wait, this is French, so an incredibly small crepe.
Tiny crepe.
A tiny crepe, yeah.
Oh, I want crepes now.
This is candy. Josh, would you like a piece of candy?
Hello.
All right.
French candy.
Let's hope it's French candy. This is a power adapter right here. Here are the 6 arms that go on. Oh, there's more candy. Is it? Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll save that. I don't want to chew a bunch of candy on camera yet. There's an SD card. More candy. That one says mint, so it looks like that candy's mint. Dagoma the future, and then consignes de securite importantes, I guess. I don't know. Paperwork. All right. Josh, if you would, please.
Of course.
Thank you. There's our paperwork. Here's our mini crepe flipper. Some bubble wrap. Some candy. This is mine. I brought this to the fight. Inside this box is... Oh, this is the power adapter. Okay. Oh, and this is handy. Okay. This is my guess is a French plug. And what's great is they included the adapter for the US. Would you plug it in down there, please?
Okay.
Make sure it's on a arm that gives me some room. I'll just put it right there for now. Perfect. Yeah, oh yeah. And then put that on the side or something. All right. Let's get set up here. So, I'm guessing these arms are what get put on here. Josh, do you want to come around?
Yeah.
Okay. Josh is going to come around and manage the chat, which is good. Let's do that. Here we go. Hey, dude. So first we've got this quick start guide. Hello.
That candy was really good.
I'm NEVA.
Yeah.
There we go. That's kind of fun. Magic, simple, and affordable. So it says the 3-in-1 button. Switch the printer on, off, start a print and pause, said print, change color and use, add an item inside your print. Okay, that's the 3-in-1 button. My guess is it's That button right there. That's my guess.
Sweet.
Probably, yeah. Yep. Super smart. Pauses automatically when it's out of filament, and it has a magic bed that doesn't need any calibration. That's handy. Tap, tap extruder. Tap twice on the bed, and the filament will jump out automatically for you. I'm beautiful. Really, it says. Robust and beautiful. 50% 3D printed in the US. Smooth curves. Great texture. That's kind of like me. Smooth curves. Great texture.
Heyo. That's nice.
It is nice.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to start this part of it. It says that the Bowden tube needs to be going through the center, which it looks to be. And it wants the Dagoma logo right here. It wants it shown in the front towards the button, so that's good. Oh, and it looks like all arms need to be... Boy, these magnets are crazy. They should all be the same size, right?
One would think.
Okay. Okay, good. It says break them off into pairs, which I can do. And then it wants me to connect it all. You want to go back to this shot right there? Hit the transition. Bam! There we go. How's the chat doing, Josh?
Looks pretty good. Working on some timeouts here.
Uh-oh. Okay.
And it looks like... Yeah, we're good.
Are we good?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Look at that. Well, that went together really simple. Okay. Magnets look good. One of the things that I was worried about, I remember a previously small printer, the Delta Printer Go. I tested it out, and the magnets would break away on a shear force. So it would come up here, and it would break away. But these magnets seem to be a bit stronger, so that's good. That's good. All right. Next up, remove the things that I removed off the side, which I've already done. Remove the miniature crepe from the bed, which I've done. Now it wants me to wipe down the bed with some isopropyl alcohol and a paper towel.
I suppose you need me to go get some of that.
Could you go get that some for me?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know where it is?
Nope.
Okay, if you go upstairs into the laundry room,
Yep.
there's going to be a little bottle with a thing on it that looks like that,
Yeah.
and that has isopropyl alcohol in it.
All right.
Yep. All right, Josh will go get that. I'll move over to the chat. I'll see if I can keep up with you guys. This is exciting. A Buzz Designs. She's here. Hey, Lauren, how you doing? You guys, I hope you like that video I did of the Super Mario block. I remember, in fact, I'm on a wireless, so I can come over here. This one. Remember this one? I released the video on it. Look at that. It's bigger than this printer. This is the big one. And I remember Lauren, she's the one that designed it. So I printed it out and had an awesome video about it. I hope you like that.
You have paper towels? Yes.
We have some paper towels down here. Lauren came into the chat.
Hi, Lauren. I mean,
All right.
I'm not Mike's, but hello.
Lauren, Josh says hi. All right, so it says a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. I'll just put some, I'll put a little bit right here on the bed. I will wipe it down. And I don't think I put too much because bed's pretty clean. That's good to know. All right. So we've got the isopropyl alcohol going. Good. And next up is to get the software. Let me borrow the mouse for a second.
There you go.
All right. You'll have to keep track of the chat while I go through and download this awesome software.
Sure thing. Sure thing. Most people are just like talking to each other.
Oh, that's nice of them.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys are talking. Bingo, bango, bongo. Sorry I didn't prepare this part, you guys. I was running late and I just forgot. Extracting. So this Dagoma printer has its own version of Cura, which is kind of exciting. I do like Cura. And let's see, install, we'll do that and that. There we go. It's now installing.
Nice.
It's going good. I'm kind of excited. And here's part of the reason why I'm so excited is because Joe, the 3D Maker Noob, he was ecstatic about this printer. He was just loving this thing. And I want to feel that. I want to feel that myself. Is it loading okay? It's still going?
Yeah, looks like it's still going.
Okay.
Yep. When we are 3, 2, 1 completed.
Really? Hit next.
Boom. Next.
And hit next. Or finish, I guess. Finish him, right? It's all Mortal Kombat-y.
Yeah.
English, please. Yeah.
Does it have a heated bed?
It does not. So this machine, correct me if I'm wrong, Dagoma, but I believe this machine does not have the heated bed, and it relies on this build grip surface and the wiping down with the isopropyl alcohol to adhere things. Hey. Let me borrow that for a sec.
There we go.
All right. Do. Oh, there we go. Neat. All right, so we've loaded up the Dagoma version of Cura. So after that, first, okay, so it looks like we're past that part, and now we need to do the auto calibration. I'll bring it around this way.
Hey, you got a couple bits here. $5 from Robbie Mack.
Hey, Robbie, thank you.
This is High Five for the Kids and Technology Nerd 18 with $10. And then that's some things about from Dagoma, actually.
Oh, okay.
So,
Thanks.
and Stephen Hall wants to know what model you're going to print.
Well, the first model, I'm going to print the first model that's actually on the Cura version that Dagoma has, and it looks like it's the Dagoma logo as a pendant, and that's what we'll do first. But I do need to do this. Unplug the machine, hold the button. Oh, okay. So unplug the machine, hold the button, plug in the power supply, keep holding the button. When it starts to move, I'm supposed to let go of the button.
There it is.
There we go. Wait until the machine motion ends. Ta-da, your Neva is ready to print. So it looks like it's doing auto calibration. Here we go. So if you go ahead.
I was going to say, there's a question here about the pros and cons of the design that they used for the Neva. How do you feel about the design?
Well, the design itself is it's a Delta printer. So the Delta mechanisms themselves have their own pros and cons depending on if you like this or Cartesian-based systems. What I was going to say, though, is these three pieces that I removed looked to hold the bed up slightly. And it looked like it was tapping the bed in order to do the auto calibration. So my guess is there's some sort of sensor under the bed that senses when the nozzle touches it. That's my guess. I don't know. Can you hear it?
Sort of. I don't know if they can.
Well, that's what I was asking them. Because it's not terribly loud. I mean, the true judge of how loud it's going to be is during printing, which we will get to. But I figured during the calibration phase, it'd be interesting to see how much sound it produces. I don't know.
It's like a cool robot.
Did I say thanks to Technology Nerd 18 for the $10?
You did.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure I said thanks. Thank you for that $10. I really do appreciate that, and it'll go towards making sure my part-time assistant, my part-time editor, can eat more than just waffles. But let's be honest. I mean, you could survive on waffles. You could. Do you want to switch over to the different scene? So head over there, and that one, right? The one that's right there. Let me move this. And then go ahead. There we go. People can kind of see. And I moved it just in time.
The weekly print wants to know if the magnetic legs will pop off.
That's always a worry. Go ahead and switch back to this one right here. So that's always a worry when you have magnetic arms attaching to the, I forget what that's called on a Delta printer, but it's I believe it's the effector. And you always have to worry when it's magnetic because it can become unattached. And sometimes what you can do is put an electrical signal through it because it's metal on metal. And then if that electrical signal, is detached or it goes away, then you know that something has become unattached, and you can hopefully do some sort of safety procedure at that point. But these seem to be stronger than the other Delta printer that I had, where it did actually become disconnected from the magnets. And I'm happy about that. I'm very, very happy about that. Okay, the quick start guide is over. It's all done. Now, I'm supposed to, I got to add filament. So let's see if any of this paper tells me how to add filament. The button in the front, it switches the printer off and on. It starts a print, pauses a print, changes color and use, adds an item inside your print. Tapping twice on the bed takes the filament out.
Another $5 from Technology Nerd 18.
Oh, thank you for the $5, Technology Nerd 18. That brings your total up to 15 in this stream. My goodness.
Let us know if you can promote his channel again, but it's cool if you don't. Blaine Sprague also gave you $10 and has said have a Red Bull each on me.
Oh, thanks, Blaine. Appreciate that. Red Bull will go a long way. And believe me, after this, we do have some filming left to do after this stream, so we will get some Red Bull for sure. And Technology Nerd 18, asking for promotions of a channel while I'm doing a dedicated stream on a printer unboxing probably isn't something that I can accommodate. Normally, I can do a channel promotion, and you're actually promoting your own channel by giving me $5. It goes to the top of the chat spot, and people can click on that and see you if they're curious. But right now, I'm trying to showcase this printer, so I don't want to just do random channel shout-outs. I'll do a stream with some random channel shout-outs at some point in the future. So thank you for the $5, but I can't accommodate channel shout-outs at this time. Thank you.
$5 from Cyber Dustin, who just says waffles.
Oh, Cyber Dustin. Waffles indeed. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that. I think, well, let's just throw some filament in. And okay. So Dagoma sent over 3 colors of filament. They're all PLAs. I've got green, I've got silver, and I've got a purple. And I'd like to know in the comments if you'd like the green, the silver, or the purple for me to start off with.
Looks like you got $5 from Jeffrey DeRusso.
Oh, hey, Jeffrey. Thank you so much.
Did you notice when it was doing the auto level, it was lighting up the button?
No, I didn't. Thank you for letting me know about that, because the button was facing you and not me. I didn't need that cardboard, so I just threw it.
Get rid of it. That's fine.
I did.
First is from Sam G, says purple. Keith Galuzzo says green.
Okay. I've got one purple, one green.
One silver.
Of course.
A purple, a green, a silver, purple, green. Do a purple, lots. Oh, this is just going super fast.
Yeah.
Green, purple, green, purple, purple. Don't forget to say tap, tap, silver, purple, silver, silver. Someone said yellow, silver, go green, silver, silver, purple, purple.
I heard a lot of.
Yep.
I heard a lot of silvers in there.
Silver, silver, purple, purple or green, green, purple, green, 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 purple, purple, blue. You know.
Blue. I don't have blue. All right, we'll go purple.
We're gonna do purple.
We're gonna do purple. Everybody that voted purple, you can consider yourselves fantastic winners of the day. Everybody that voted for green or silver, I'm sorry, you did not win. Filament is wrapped in a bag that is not resealable. Okay. A lot of times.
From Jeff Deruso saying purple.
Okay. Well, he's a winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff Deruso definitely won. Normally, when I open up Filament, I forget to check if it's a resealable bag, and I destroy the bag before I notice that it's got a Ziploc-y sort of sealer on it. Wow, this is a good purple. Here, switch me over to that, please.
Yep.
Look at that purple. That's kind of nice. I like that. That's a good purple.
It's a nice purple.
It's a nice purple. Okay, switch me back.
Not quite as cool as Hi-Fi Blue.
Someone
Put it in the thing.
Did they? Okay.
They said, what about Hi-Fi Blue?
All right. I'll let there's enough. We got some people watching. The wild card collaboration I did with Protopasta is going to go live tomorrow at 7 a.m. And all of my patrons had an early first look and ability to order the Filament collaboration that we did with Protopasta. If you aren't one of my patrons, that's completely fine. I'm not going to beg you for money. I just want to let you know that tomorrow at 7 a.m. Seattle time, when the video goes live, you'll have the link to order the next wildcard filament that I came up with Protopasta. It should be fun.
Salmik Mandal wants to know if this can use third-party filaments.
Yes, I can confirm that. It takes 1.75 millimeter filament. It doesn't have its own spool holder, so someone could easily fashion one. My buddy Calvin at Make It with Calvin welded me this spool holder, so that's what I'm going to use. And for everybody else, just put it on some sort of clothes hanger or something, I guess. But yes, it'll use any filament. Any filament.
You got $5 from Yo-Yo Crescendo saying I don't comment on many vids, but I've watched all of yours and you have helped me more than most. Thank you for what you do.
Wait, what was his name?
Yo-Yo Crescendo.
Yo-Yo Crescendo. Thank you very much. And thank you for the compliments. It's incredibly kind of you to say. And I'm really happy that I've been able to help you with something, and for you to throw a few dollars my way in appreciation really means the world. Thank you so very much.
$2 from Zach Weimer wants to know what a wildcard filament is, but they should just turn into the video tomorrow to watch that, yeah?
Zach, I'm going to tell you, tomorrow at 7 a.m. Seattle time, you can take a look. If you want, you can go and see the previous wildcard filament I did with Protopasta. It's on my YouTube channel. If you just look for wildcard, I think you see it.
Impromiser was wanting to know how loud the printer sounded to us. He said it sounds pretty quiet on the stream, but to you, how loud did you say this printer is?
During the movement of the arms when I was calibrating it, seemed fine. It seemed totally fine. Dagoma, if you're still in the chat, I didn't see anywhere in the Quickstart guide that told me how to load filament or how to preheat the nozzle. I will look in the other pieces of paper that I have, but if that's something you'd be able to tell me, I'd love to hear about it. Oh, we're getting down there. Ooh. For some reason, the bend that the filament is taking is quite substantial, and it looks to be, well, it feels like it's binding in the Bowden tube, which that doesn't make me very happy. But maybe that's not the case. Oh, that's the case. We're not going to have a good time. Wait, never mind. Okay, there was a corner where it was binding right here, but I got past it, I guess. There's no way to, let's see, choose your color, insert your filament, download our free software, pick and prepare your design, insert SD card, breathe, then switch on. Okay, so I guess that's how we do it. I was just reading something. It's not on yet. I don't know if anything comes can you, there, let's put this in right here. And you can tell me, yes, I'm uncomfortably close to Josh, but it's okay. Go right there. Click that. Yeah. Oh no, get out of that. Go here. And then scroll it and click SDHC. And then, is there anything there? There is a G. How about this? Let's do this. Let's just take it out. I'm just going to put this in because it looks like there's some files on there. And then I'm going to turn it on.
$5 from Jeffrey DeRusso asking if it uses an LCD or is just a plug-in to the computer.
Jeffrey, it's actually neither. It's one touch. This button or double tapping on the bed. So the idea behind the Neva is to make it as simple as possible. And so what they did is they made this front button do a lot of work, and then double tapping can actually take the filament out. It looks like, okay, it's alive. Ow. The nozzle's hot. I loaded filament. Let's see if it actually starts spitting some out. This is it. This is it. Here, wait. Can you go to the...
Yep.
I'm going to switch back to this one real quick. So if you guys can see, I'm going to try to give you a better angle with this camera. Right here, and I didn't want you to have to... All right, go ahead and switch back. All right, here we go. It's tapping the bed. I've got my microphone right here. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's making some sounds, but it's by no means loud, which is kind of awesome. So far, this has been an incredibly easy printer to set up. It came pre-built. The instructions for the most part were easy. I guess it does actually tell me to put filament in right here. It doesn't tell me how to preheat. But maybe that's not part of it, right? This is meant to be an incredibly simple printer, something that you can do with one touch. So maybe... maybe it's doing something. I don't know. You get to see just like what I get to see.
So in response to the earlier question, since it's just the card, how do you know which file is printing?
That's a good question. Okay, so Jeffrey and everybody else who's curious about that, it looks like what happens is it overwrites the file on the card. And so I think what this machine does is the firmware looks for a specific file name on the SD card, and then it prints that file. And while for technically advanced people, that isn't necessarily the best way to go about things because we have machines with LCDs or app controlled or some way to choose files. But with the Neva, they wanted it to be as simple as possible. So I can understand their approach to that, especially with an entirely customized version of Cura. So all it does is spit out a specific file name to the SD card, which you then take to the printer and you print with. I don't know if you can print tethered. That might be something for Dagoma US if they're still in the chat. I don't know if you can print tethered, but that would be something you'd want to ask Dagoma.
I actually said right now it's heating. Dagoma US.
It's heating. Okay. I'm incredibly impressed with the quality of the 3D printed parts on the machine. I'm not going to lie.
And then question from Wasabi on Rice. What is the carriage and frame made of?
Well, this has an effector, not so much a carriage, and it's 3D printed. I don't know the material. The frame itself has aluminum bars with 3D printed brackets around it, a 3D printed base, and the electronics are in the base.
And what's the build area on this?
I don't know the answer to that. Let's see. It might be on the box. Right now it's trying to spit out filament, and it's the extruder is clicking. So I don't know if that's a function of the auto leveling not leveling correctly, or if... Well, I don't know. I guess we will find out.
Another $2 from Technology Nerd.
Oh, thank you, Technology Nerd 18. Save your money, man. I mean, I appreciate it, but save those dollars add up, and you can get yourself a new printer. Okay, this is Well, this isn't working very well. It was easy to set up, but it looks like I don't know if the auto level messed up or if something was wrong. I don't know. Go ahead and switch back. So it looks like I will try again. I'm just gonna unplug it, plug it in, turn it on. It was clicking as it was feeding the filament through the extruder, which usually means a blocked or partially blocked nozzle. I did notice that there was still this orange filament from the example print on the bed, and so it must have been in the throat and it was pushing it out. So that could have been causing the filament to not go through as easy, I guess, but I don't see any reason why we can't try again.
Let's do it.
I think it's a great idea. How's Chad doing?
That's pretty good.
Okay. I want to thank you guys for joining me for this. It really, I was really excited because I know when I was at work today, I saw Joe over at 3D Maker Noob. He was the one that was unboxing this, getting it printing, and it just arrived for me the other day. I was really excited to get out of the box, but seeing Joe actually use it and work it and how easy it was to set up, it hit all the right buttons, if that's the right thing to say. And I just wanted to get it out of the box, and I wanted to play with it, and I wanted to showcase it and show it to you all. The problem with producing a video is I would have to record all of this and then ingest the footage, convert it to a proxy format, and send it to my editor in Michigan, or I would have to edit it myself. And this way, you get to see it a lot sooner. I know there was a print on the bed, and that print looked good, so I know that this has printed before. Do you know what I did with that? I probably threw it over there somewhere.
What are you looking for?
The print that was on the bed.
The A?
The A. Oh, is this it? Oh, okay. Can you switch over to that, please? So here we go. There's the A. I mean, it printed just fine. It printed just fine. Go ahead and switch back.
Okay.
So that's what I think is going on. Let's see what happens now.
Another $2 from Jeff Geruso.
Oh.
Asking if there's an issue like that, is there a way to purge?
I don't know the answer to that. You could, I guess, push the lever on the extruder to disengage the hub bolt and then pull the filament out or push it through yourself. It is a Bowden extruder. It looks like it has the type of connection right here on the top where you could pull it out and maybe shove something down. Double tapping the bed takes the filament out of the machine. And I was on a call with a nuke from Dagoma today, and she said that they're working to have the shipping version where double tapping the bed will take the filament out and then allow you to put new filament in. It's heating up.
Jay Cobb wants to know if there's a layer fan.
A layer fan. There is a fan. So there's a. I don't want to. Let me get this position, then you can move it.
Okay.
Let's see. How about right there? Go ahead. Okay. So there's a fan right here, and it looks like that fan is able to blow across the throat of the nozzle and the tube and the whatever the right terms are to say right now. But then it catches the air, and it looks like it throws it out at the bottom. All right, go ahead and go back.
And then buzz design. I don't know if you already mentioned this, but is it proprietary filament or anything goes?
I believe it's anything goes. All right, the extruder is clicking, which means okay, so either the nozzle is too close to the bed or the temperature isn't right. And again, I'm just printing the thing that was on the SD card. And this is just PLA. The nozzle felt hot.
Did you stick your tongue to it?
I did not stick my tongue to it. I'm very happy that I didn't stick my tongue to it. That would have hurt in ways that I don't want to experience.
Oh, here's a good question from Kale Spry. Wouldn't the bed become unleveled if you tapped it?
Yes and no. So it could become unlevel, but the tap, how much Z distance does a switch need to be engaged? It could technically even be an accelerometer-based solution under the bed where the tapping doesn't change any of the Z height, but it still registers the tap. Oh, okay, so we've got a failure. Okay. Well, here. So what we're going to do, we're going to slice something in Cura ourselves. Oh, I got to get the mini crepe remover. Yeah. So here's what we'll do. We will slice something in Cura ourselves using the software and see if that does the trick. Maybe we won't get that clicking or that failure.
$10 from Eddie Moser.
Oh, Eddie, thanks, man.
Hi, and how are things?
Doing good, Eddie. Thanks for the 10. I really appreciate that. Josh, could you put that in the SD card slot on the side?
Yep. Palaka Man is saying that. Where's your SD card? Should have used green.
Yeah. Now I'm going to catch crap for not using the other colors. Go to Cura by Dagoma. To the right. There we go. And prepare the print. Wait, let's see. Fast. Shell, filling. Yep, prepare the print. And it's saved as Dagoma. Okay, so go ahead and hit that button to eject it. Yep. And then push it in to pull it out. And then give it to me.
There you go.
All right. All right, so this is using the Dagoma version of Cura. This is the default little amulet that they have on there. And it's really easy because the filament, it says PLA. So here we go. Let's do it.
When I ask you a question, you should repeat the question since they can't hear me because I'm not mic'd.
Oh, okay. I have a question. Say something, Josh.
Hello.
Can you hear Josh?
Not really.
Okay.
This was from a thing.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay, I will totally repeat the question.
Design.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lauren.
That or, mic me.
I'm working on that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely working on that.
Another $5 from Yo-Yo Crescendo. Asking if it feels like it needs a longer Bowden tube.
Ah, okay. So Yo-Yo Crescendo is asking if I feel like it needs a longer Bowden tube, and I don't.
Right angle. A lot of pressure.
Let's see. Are we on? Okay, good. We're on that. So then we're following my hand right here. There is a bit of a right angle bend here. I mean, it's an easy bend, but it's still a bit of a bend. It goes up this tube in the back. It goes over here and down and straight down. So it looks like it's already long enough. And I don't think it needs to be any longer. I really don't.
WB Grown is wanting to maybe you need to reinstall the shims you removed when lowering the bed.
No. So someone asked about who?
WV Grown.
WV Grown asked about the shims that I took off the bed, and I don't need to do that because step 5 says to remove the shims on the bed before turning it on for the first time. So I did that correctly. I actually followed the directions, and I did something right. I deserve a medal or some Red Bull or something, which thanks to that fan that sent us the money, we will be getting Red Bulls later.
Yes.
This is exciting. Okay, so this is that little amulet. Amulet? Maybe?
Amulet, yeah.
Amulet? Okay.
Amulet.
Oh, I do have an idea. Click that little gear next to Mike Oggs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Click that. Go to Properties.
Change default
Change
to
default to
Realtek microphone array.
Realtek microphone
Yep.
array. Yep.
Hit OK.
Hit OK.
Okay, now say something.
Okay, now say something.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear Josh now?
Can you hear Josh now?
So I
enabled the microphone on the computer. And
Dagoma US says everything was done perfectly, so we're just.
Okay, it was.
okay.
The
The manufacturer themselves
themselves
said that I did everything perfectly.
It's not often that
It's
that
not
happens,
often
so
that
I'm pretty
happens. So
excited.
I'm pretty excited.
You want to go back to the?
You want to go back to the? You want to swip it over?
Swip.
Swip.
Can people hear you?
Can people hear
I
you?
don't know. No one has said anything yet.
Okay, that's about a 10-second delay.
That's about a
so
10-second
maybe
delay.
they just
So
haven't heard it
maybe
yet.
they just haven't heard it yet.
I am excited
I am excited
to get this going.
to get this going.
I saw Joe's.
I saw
Benchy,
Joe's
a four-color-
Benchy, a
three-color
four-color,
Benchy that he
three-color
printed, and
Benchy
it was
that he
pretty
printed, and it was pretty cool.
It looks like there's an echo now.
cool. Okay.
Okay.
Click the little speaker.
Click
right.
the little
No,
speaker right.
Click that.
No. Click that. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, this is interesting. It's clicking. The extruder is clicking, but far, far less than what it was before. And it looks to be making things stick a little bit better. But it's still clicking. I'm not happy when the extruder is clicking because it means that something is wrong. And I don't know what that is. I'm assuming that it leveled the bed okay because the lines themselves, the first layer looks kind of okay. Let's get this first layer out of the way. Let's get this first layer done, and we'll see how it looks. Okay. Let's see if I can't bring this around.
3D Printing Lab wants to know if it could be from the kink you had in the Bowden tube from when you tried to push the filament through by hand.
It's possible. It's definitely possible. It was a little bound up right here.
And then Dagoma US says, we're not happy neither to hear the extruder clacking.
All right, the first layer looks okay. It's okay. There are places where as the nozzle was moving back and forth, the filament didn't stick to the perimeter and it pulled it back a little bit. Here, let's pause the print and then you can take a look. Okay, let's get that nice and close. Here we go.
A couple people
So
are
there we
saying,
go.
Retrace filament. I think they mean retracted filament and start again.
Yeah, let's do it. Can you move to... Okay. That was great. It spit out all the filament and then it, because it's a tiny roll, it kind of came off the roll. So I need to... Okay, so Dagoma, one word of warning, because you don't include a spool holder, people are going to be finding their own spools that they want to use. And because the spools are so tiny, you're not able to recover the filament as quickly or easily when it's backing out the filament so quick. So I don't know the solution to that problem, but it might be something for you to look into. And I am going to switch to the green just because I want to...
Hey, go green.
I'm going to go green. I'm going to go green. Yep. Go green. Yeah. Let's get this off. Let's see. Can you switch back to...
Yep.
There we go.
Chemical vamp says I bet the clicking is caused by a gap between the nozzle and the throat. Any thoughts on that?
I don't think there's going to be a gap in that area. That would be fairly uncommon. That would be the first time I've seen it, so I don't think that's it. Go ahead and go back to the wide view. We'll pull out the green.
And then TrueTac wants to know what size the nozzle is.
I don't know the answer to that question. I want to say it's a 0.4. Dagoma, if you could confirm. All right, and this filament is chromatic. This is chromatic. 1.75. Chromatic. It's fun. All right, I will load this up. There's my snips. All right. I will put it on this handy dandy custom spool holder. One thing that we might want to look into, Josh, there's a gentleman by the name of Spanner Hands, and he makes some incredible spool holders. No joke. If you go to Spanner Hands and look, you will be amazed. Okay. All right, the first bend itself isn't... Okay, there's... I think the issue is the filament path through the Bowden tube. I am probably right around here in pushing it through, and with the lever itself disengaged fully, the filament is bending a little bit as I try to push it through. So I think there's something binding in the Bowden tube and causing it to not feed through easily. Oh, yeah, that's tough. That is really tough. See if I can see where it's at. Let's see if I can disengage that. Okay. Okay. Josh, will you hold that out there for me?
Yep.
All right.
Maybe not.
Will you hold this? That's funny. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, there's something terribly binding.
TrueTech says they require keeping their filament spool high above the machine on a shelf. And then Alpha Plays wants to know if you can remove the tube.
Well, this isn't my machine. I'm just borrowing Dagoma's machine. I'm not sure how much work they want me to do on this, but I don't honestly think that we're going to get a successful print out of this machine while the extruder is clicking. And I think that the extruder is clicking because of some sort of binding issue within the Bowden tube.
Dagoma US says it shouldn't be nearly that tough.
Okay.
So maybe there's a kink or something else like that.
Well, here, I'm just going to make a decision here. I'm going to pull the Bowden tube from the wire bundle, and I'm going to straighten it out, and then we're going to push the filament through, and we're going to see if it's binding. And with a straight Bowden tube, we'll actually know if there's something within the Bowden tube itself, possibly the inner diameter, that's causing it to bind, or... Let's see. Will you hold that straight, please?
I can hold this straight.
All right, here we go.
Do a better job than last time.
All right, I'm going to back it up all the way. Dang it. Is this... all right. I tried. I'm trying, you guys. I was primed for success. I need more hands.
Good.
There we go.
You Googled that.
Okay. The filament is out. This is the green filament, and I'm just going to use a roll of my own just because it's a larger roll and it won't despool so easily. All right. So I've got a roll of 3D Fuel Nitrous Red PLA. That's exciting. Let's put it on the spool holder. You ready, Josh?
I'm ready.
All right.
Hey, Buzz Designs, we're all laughing with you, Joel. But I'm not. I'm laughing at you. And myself.
This APLA is sliding incredibly easy, especially compared to the chromatic PLA, and we do have it in the end here. Well, let's give it a try and print with this. I'll just go from the top.
Tony Ryan says all the bad luck reserved for 3D Maker Noob has been transferred to your machine.
I guess so. That's fine. That's fine. The look on Joe's if you guys were watching his stream, I mean, the look on Joe's face when it was working, he was giddy like a child. It was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. All right, here we go. Oh, wait. No, it's going to... I know it's just doing the second layer of a previous print, but we're not getting any of the clicking whatsoever. All right. Well, that's good to know. Dagoma, how do I cancel a print? I know how to stop a print. That's pretty easy with the button. What I've been doing is pulling power and plugging it back in. Hi, Riley. Oh, it's Sid. Hi, Sid. We're almost done. Just keep swimming. Promised the kids that we'd go swimming in the pool. So, okay. Here. So this, go ahead and switch me to that. There we go. So this filament here, I don't have my calipers on me. My guess is it's within the proper diameter. I mean, I can't tell, but it's also very rough on the outside. And I know that I've done videos talking about the external texture of a filament not affecting the quality of the filament or how well it prints, but the external texture of a filament is going to affect its ability to go through a Bowden tube. And so far, both of these chromatic filaments are a very matte finish on the outside, whereas this APLA from 3D Fuel has a very slick and smooth external finish. It could be that the inner diameter of this Bowden tube just needs to be slightly bigger. That there's always that as well. I don't have a spare Bowden tube right now, but we're going to try printing with this red PLA filament, and we'll take this chromatic filament out of the equation for now. Go ahead and throw it back to that.
Saying, putting the spool up above would help, and just feeding it straight down with the Bowden tube.
Oh, sure. And a lot of people are correct, because if you putting the extrusion mechanism at the top is going to cut the length of the Bowden tube by more than half. And with the spool at the top and just funneling straight down, you're also taking out of the equation this 90-degree bend down here and this 180-degree arc at the top. What they have here is not a bad design. This design works. It's just able to be better. And so at their price point and their business model, I don't know if this at the top is something that they can consider. Plus, don't forget, Joe, the 3D Maker Noob, just earlier today, with 3 different chromatic filaments from Dagoma, had a successfully working printer. He printed an awesome benchy that he tweeted about. So while I think that you guys are right, a spool at the top, an extruder at the top, and a much shorter Bowden tube are actually going to be a benefit to this machine. I'm not so sure if it's required. I'm not so sure if it's something that has to be done, because I saw another printer exactly like this working just hours ago. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, so far Dagoma has been a great company to work with. They're extremely good with communication. I want them to succeed.
Well, that's kind of...
So look at that. There is no clicking whatsoever in the extruder at this point. Oh, and that first... Here, let me get this in position. And then... Ooh.
Ready?
Almost. Sure, how about now? So there we go. See if I can get that up just a little bit. Okay, so there it is. It's printing this little amulet. It's using 3D Fuel's APLA, which has a smoother outer texture compared to the two different chromatic filaments that we opened up. The extruder is not clicking at all, and there is no resistance, or there is far, far less resistance in the Bowden tube compared with the chromatic filaments. Here, Josh, while I'm holding the camera, will you open the silver? I'm curious to see if that silver has the same outer texture as the other two filaments. But right now, you can see on this camera, it's producing a decent first layer. Yeah, let's move it over here. Okay, this. Go ahead and go back to the bigger one for just a sec. So this spool of chromatic silver, it has the exact same texture as the other spools. So I will. Once this stream is over, I'm going to go find my digital calipers and I'll measure, and we'll see if the diameter is something that is comparable to what the diameter of this APLA is. This is a 1.75 millimeter printer. I don't know. Go ahead and go back to the other one. Yeah, the first layer looks good. The second layer is looking perfect. It looks so good. That's exciting. That's kind of fun.
Here's a question. I think you kind of already answered it.
What's that?
But Alon skill, so you can't have multiple file on the SD card. Alon skill. If I'm butchering that, I'm really sorry. Asked about having multiple files on the SD card, and the answer is yes and no. And so it looks like what happens is Cura saves G code to the SD card and with a very specific file name. So you could have more than one file on the SD card, no problem, but it has to be named a specific file name for the printer to pick it up and print it. So what you could do, if you like the model on here on this SD card, save it off as a different name, and then when you want to print it, excuse me, and then when you want to print it, just do a name swap to the name that the Dagoma NEVA is expecting, and you'll have yourself a good print. You know, go ahead and go to the bigger one. You know, with this, with the filament that's not binding, it's performing incredibly well. And let's think about it for a second. If a filament like that was the first filament that I put in this machine, I would have had no problems. And I would be singing the praises nonstop. But I'm glad we had a little bit of an issue, because now we got to talk about this problem, and we got to think about what the issue could have been deep down, and then we thought about solutions. Everybody was talking about having the filament at the top and having the extruder at the top, which would then shorten the length of the Bowden tube. And it's a good idea. Whether or not Dagoma wants to implement that, it's totally up to them. But I think it's going now, and it's looking kind of good. You want to switch back? We should have a good look at that layer. How fast the troubleshooting went to able to get a...
Yeah, what Josh is saying is the troubleshooting went extremely fast, and I would have to agree. It was easy. Well, I mean, part of it was because of the knowledge I have in 3D printing. I don't know if my buddy Josh here would have had the same quickness of troubleshooting, just because you don't know yet.
'Cause I'm stupid.
While you aren't stupid, you're just not learned fully.
I'm 3D stupid.
You're 3D unlearned. But it was quick.
Well, okay, if your extruder is clicking or clacking or making a noise, there's usually one of two issues. One, the nozzle's too close to the bed, or two, there's something impeding the filament path. And with its auto leveling system, my guess was the nozzle wasn't too close, and so it was a matter of then checking the filament path. So we were able to straighten the Bowden tube and attempt to push the filament through. It bound up. We tried a different filament, and it worked.
Another $5 from Yo-Yo Crescendo.
Oh, thank you for the $5, Yo-Yo Crescendo. What did Yo-Yo Crescendo say?
Is not in the pipe, creating a more easy curve in the Bowden tube. I bet if you put it back in the pipe, the clicking would return.
Oh, okay. So what Yo-Yo Crescendo is saying is the Bowden tube being outside of the wire harness here is what's causing it to work now. But I need to counter with that because the filament itself wasn't binding in the tube when it was straight, whereas the other filament was. Go ahead and go back to the big one.
Yep.
So here's the test then. Let's see if I can't put this around here. So let me create this here, and let me pinch right up like this. Okay, I'm doing something extreme where I'm actually pinching the filament path and creating a bend that's harder than what it was before, and it's clicked twice. It clicked twice instead of all the time, which is what it was doing before. And so I think I'm 99% sure the problem was the diameter of the filament or the inner diameter of the Bowden tube. One of those two.
So a couple things in the chat going
Oh,
on right now
okay.
that was asked and then answered by Dagoma that I thought you should know.
Okay.
It is printing at 88 millimeters per second.
Oh.
80 millimeters per second.
Okay, the print, according to Dagoma, the print speed on this printer right now is 80 millimeters per second. So the 80 millimeters is on the, 80 millimeters doesn't account for any sort of slowdowns or speed ups in corners or different print features. But I would say that 80 is accurate. It's moving quick.
Yeah, it is.
Wow, okay. What else was there?
People talking about how many moderators are there. Nothing like important to the.
Well, okay. So I've got Dustin the Japman. He might be streaming right now, or else he would have jumped in. Maker's Muse is a moderator. Lauren at Buzz Designs is a moderator. Tessa, SparkyFace5 is a moderator, and Josh here in the chat is a moderator using my account in the chat. I don't want to have to use Nightbot, but I could. I could use Nightbot. This is close to being done.
CBE command block engineer can it print off a PC? I think we already determined it can only print off the SD card.
Well, I don't know. That would be a question for Dagoma. I don't know if it can print. They're asking if it can print tethered, I believe.
Okay.
You want to go ahead and... No. What I'm saying is, why don't you...
Switch.
Let's see. Go ahead.
Okay.
It's moving quick, you guys. I mean, look at that. So it looks like the noise that it's making, and there's a little bit of rattle, and I just think that has to do with the smooth rods and the arms moving back and forth. Oh, it's done.
Done. That's really
Wow,
fast.
that was really fast. Well, let's see.
Sydney will be happy.
Yeah, she will. And there. Okay, this bed is cool. Wow.
Hey, we got $10 from Robbie Mack.
Hey, Robbie, thank you.
Says this one's for the kids. Ice cream money for making them wait so long to go swimming. And if there's any money left over, I guess Josh can have ice cream.
Oh, that's from Robbie?
From Robbie Mack. Yeah.
Robbie Mack, you are a beautiful human, and I adore your face because that is a wonderful thing, and my kids will enjoy the heck out of some ice cream tonight thanks to you. Thank you. Well, maybe even Josh. Maybe. There we go. Look at that. It's done. Print quality's good. Go ahead and go back to the big image there, Josh. Okay, so here's where it stands. We got the Dagoma out of the box. We were able to follow very quick instructions. We were able to ascertain that the binding in the Bowden tube was the reason for the clicking. And the binding in the Bowden tube was either because of the inner diameter of the Bowden tube or because of the outer diameter or outer texture of the filament rolls from, what are they, chromatic. I was able to use 3D Fuel's APLA, which is a very smooth outer texture, and it went through the Bowden tube just fine. I was able to demonstrate that an extreme curve in the Bowden tube would introduce clicking again, but it wasn't as much clicking as before when we were using the chromatic filaments, and so it led me to believe that the filaments themselves or the inner diameter of the tube are in fact the culprit for the problems I was having. If I had started with this filament itself, the 3D Fuel APLA, and I hadn't started with one of those filaments, I would have had zero issues whatsoever, and I think that's important to note. I like how easy this printer was to put together. I mean, it required just 6 magnetic arms to be attached, really. The software install is easy. The software, the custom version of Cura that is on my laptop right now reminds me a bit of Prusa Control, the simplified user interface that Joseph Prusa and his team wrote for the Prusa i3 Mark II. And that was to simplify print slicing and to get more people using it. And it looks like Dagoma has gone that route by introducing a more simple version of Cura as well. I'm impressed with the print quality at 80 millimeters per second. I will explore the interface of the software a bit more, but truth be told, it's not that complicated of a software package. Beyond that, the magic bed, or no, I'm sorry, the build grip. Magic bed. That sounds like something people sleep on. The build grip bed actually gripped it well. There is no heat on this build plate, so it has to use something awesome, and it appears the build grip is awesome. We did clean it off with some isopropyl alcohol. The print stuck fine, and then this miniature crepe remover was able to get under the print and pop it up. Overall, I would say this was an incredibly positive experience with this printer. We had one hiccup, and that hiccup, we were able to find out what probable causes were, and then beyond that, it worked beautifully, and it created something. I like that. Well, I do owe my kids some time. I do need to go swimming, so I want to thank everybody for joining this stream, and I do want to actually give a shout out to Dagoma US, who was in this stream, hopefully answering your questions and playing along. Dagoma, let's get on email, and maybe this weekend or next week, let's tackle some of these issues, and let's talk about my experiences after I've had it for a few days.
Real quick before we go, there is another $10 from Amy Duang Fachan. Hope I pronounced that right.
Amy Duang Fachan gave 10
for me,
and gave $10 for
$10 to me towards getting Angus' book so I can learn quickly, and another 10 for Rum.
I'll tell you what. I know Angus isn't in the chat, but Josh, we'll get you Angus's book. It's an ebook. I know Josh loves to read. This is exciting. Josh really wants to learn. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. Again, I really appreciate it. A big high five to everybody that joined up. Thanks for supporting me. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for supporting the 3D printing community in general. Dagoma US sent me this machine. I don't know if I get to keep it or not. I don't know if this is a retail unit or an engineering prototype, but it did perform incredibly well. And I will give an unbiased opinion of this after I've had it for a little bit and I'm able to get some prints off of it. If there's anything specific you want to see me print on this machine, let me know in the comments for this video, or tag me in Twitter, or let me know on my Facebook fan page. And lastly, don't forget, tomorrow at 7 a.m. Seattle time, there's a very special video going out that details how Protopasta and I made the next series in our wildcard filaments. Hey, you know what, everybody? Big thanks to Josh right here. A lot of what's possible on this channel at this point is not able to be done without his help. And so I owe this boy, well, according to the chat, I owe him a lot of ice cream. So that's going to be great. Hey, you know what? Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for the love and joy. Don't forget to hug each other more. I love you guys, as always.
High five.
High fives. Good job, Josh. That was good. You want to stop that stream?